I'm a civil engineer and I've worked with Tony before, and I've always enjoyed his practical side as an architect. And Tony's just down to earth, nice guy, and really had a vision for what we wanted. Once he saw this land, he immediately said, "Oh, we can't screw this up."
And from that moment, I knew that we had the right architect, because I knew that he was vested in making this right. He loved it as much as we did, and it's really fun when you know that the architect that's building your house is excited about it as you are, and that's really important.
We worked hard on the footprint, and then CWG just made it look cool and provide all the the views and different things we wanted. And then we had to pick a lot of the interior materials and things like that, but really the house stayed in CWG's I think vision for the whole time. They turned a floor plan in that we knew we could live with into something that we could never have imagined in terms of the views, the windows, just the whole design of the house. I mean, you could look on the internet at a million homes and you'd never find this home and say, "This is what I want," and they made it for us from the floor plan, really.
I spent hundreds of hours thinking about a floor plan, but that was all two-dimensional. And what CWG did was they brought together our thoughts of what the ideal floor plan was, and then they made that floor plan better, but then they turned it into a three-dimensional concept. One of the things that I really loved about the process in working with CWG was it was very much a team process. It was working with Tony and his team and the design folks, and them listening to us and them hearing what we had to say and putting that on paper.
We're the expert, this is what you want.
They listened to us. And our builder too, which was a huge part of it. We could go on and on about our builder and how important that is. In terms of the big picture and how it all plays out, having a builder that you trust. And we wouldn't have found that builder if it weren't for CWG and Tony. And so that
made it easy.
Made it fun. I could go on and on about all the things that I love about the home and how amazing it is, and the kitchen and the open concept. Obviously the views, and you can't neglect the views because it's almost in your face. The views are so amazing. But one of the things that I really love is that it is comfortable. It's homey. People come to our home and we have dinner and they feel comfortable here. If you were going to build a home and you wanted to start from scratch, my first recommendation would be one that Tony gave us, which is understand how you live. How do you live on a daily basis? How do you entertain? And figure out how you want your home to feel. Well, one of the things that I think that the architect brought to this process was their ability to do 3D design. They could come up with a rendering that we could look at, and they could say, all right, is this what you're looking for? And they had videos. The thing that was most enjoyable and was probably the easiest in this was that we had an amazing team. And so it was enjoyable, and so every day was kind of fun. There's absolutely no way that we could have done this on our own. There's so many design elements in this house that I envision, but there's no way we could have turned into reality without having an architect. We had lots of ideas about what we wanted, but turning those ideas into reality is not really doable unless you have somebody with the expertise like an architect to help you out. It was like a date night every night. It was fun. I love Will Charles. I can't imagine building this house without him. Coming up with creative solutions to make sure that you met your budget. Like, we couldn't have done that without Tony and Will. We spent a lot of time talking about value engineering, and at the end of the day, our house isn't anything less, but we were able to do it in an economic way, and that's huge.